Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
So I had a chance to see Air last night, and I have some thoughts. It's a movie that follows the history of shoe salesman Sonny Vaccaro and how he led Nike in its pursuit of the greatest athlete in the history of basketball, Michael Jordan. It's difficult to imagine a time when both Nike and Michael Jordan were not the most recognizable names on the planet. But if you can believe it, in 1984, Nike was struggling to make a name for themselves, and Michael Jordan was still in college. In this context, we begin the movie. The beauty of Air is not the outcome. We all know what Nike and the Air Jordan brand has become. To paraphrase Affleck's Phil Knight, sometimes the journey is the destination. To be clear, this is not a Michael Jordan movie. This is not even a basketball movie. Both of those are relevant, but they're not the point. This is a movie that not only reveals how history was willed into existence, but how it shaped our world today and inspires the next generation of dreamers. And they weren't motivated by greed or fame, no. They were all too aware of the risk they were taking, that not only could they lose their jobs, but that it was putting the whole company's existence in jeopardy. And yet they felt it in their bones that it was the right move. So they put it all on red and went for it. Within that rationale, the movie feels similar both in form and function to Moneyball, where the focus is not about the sport per se, but those on the peripheral with influence who push the boundaries in their areas. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's on-camera chemistry continues to create some awesome scenes, and the script, which was written by Alex Convery and is his first credit, feels extremely natural. It feels like they're almost riffing and lends itself to this perception that the audience is a fly on the wall. Mix in the occasional off-the-cuff joke to keep things interesting. We got to keep it light. Affleck in his dual role as Phil Knight and the movie's director not only captures the period in a succinct manner behind the lens, but in front of it he plays a deflated executive who is caught between the hustling era of Nike and one that has a corporate board and stockholders to answer to. Honestly, this movie doesn't do a whole lot for Phil Knight. It kind of makes him look aloof. But pushing him forward is Matt Damon as Sonny, an executive whose love of basketball influences one of the riskiest yet greatest decisions ever made. Damon is as you would expect in this protagonist role and pairs up nicely with Jason Bateman, an executive on the cusp of revolutionizing sports marketing. Drawbacks are few and far between here. For one, the movie takes a little while to set the scene, but by an hour in, baby, we are cooking. Also, there's some mega close-up shots that felt a little uncomfortable. And by close-up, I mean I could see when Matt Damon last shaved a single hair on his face. But despite its minute drawbacks, I believe Air will forever be in the conversation of the best business and sports movies among the likes of Margin Call, Moneyball, and many more. I have some more thoughts still ruminating in my head, but I'll cover them in an article or YouTube video or something else. For now, I'll leave you with this. Air comes down to the statement, do you believe? And from that statement, the film captures the magic of business and sports within the cultural context of what would come. A man transcending his abilities and that of a product to become synonymous with greatness. Air hit the jump shot with an 8.8 out of 10 on my scale. As always, thanks for watching, and hey, stay tuned for more reviews.